I kind of wanted to ask about what do you think about how in the last, I'd say, maybe 15 years or so, that Disney does a lot of princess movies, that they appeal. I mean, let's talk about the elephant in the room, shall we? Frozen.
The elephant doesn't need to hide. If you want some peanuts, come get some peanuts. We're not here to, judge you, elephant. I don't care that you broke the couches. Please come here. We love you. You're part of the family.
Frozen was huge for Disney. I mean, it's still, my daughter had a Frozen birthday party. You can see all the Frozen merchandise that we have.
And I see the Minnie Mouse bucket.
Yeah.
With Mickey Mouse.
Mm-hmm. So to talk about that success and the impact, really, all the princesses, how they impact the girls, because it didn't seem like that you had. Well, maybe it did start with Snow White. And Cinderella, and you had always these strong female characters. I'm just realizing this, thinking about it. Mulan. Wow. Why was it important to tell the girl's story?
Because not enough people were telling the girl's story. Always about the brave knight who, of course, in his own right, is the protagonist, his own hero, because he has to go through all this different little things. He had to go across the land on his trusty steed, go to the little dungeon, beat the warlock, get the key, go up, climb the mountain, and fight the dragon at the top, and then try not to fall into love, and then climb up the tower and get the princess. And hopefully the princess is in a good mood, and then try to bring her all the way back down through the woods, through the long valley, and then hopefully at the end, he just completed his quest. And yet, I always thought, that's all well and good. We've heard this story a long time, but what about the princess who's up there? Maybe, there's a story there that we're not understanding. Maybe when the knight's going through all this and actually shows up to rescue her, plot twist, she doesn't need to be rescued. Or that maybe by him actually showing up that he's ruining her plans. Maybe she had everything under control, and by him showing up, it has put all of them in danger. You see, it's things like this. It's like, it's not so two-dimensional as you would think. So,
You still are demonstrating that you're the storyteller.
I'm sorry, did I go too far?
No, it feels like a treat. Because
What type of treat? am I kind of like a little sour candy, or am I a little caramel apple dipped in glazed in honey? I know. Am I a little chocolate bunny? Because we just had that recently. I hope I'm not a peeve.
No. Rocky Road ice cream with chocolate sauce and a cherry.
Just a plain cherry, or is it dipped or wrapped in something?
Plain cherry.
I'm sorry, I interrupted you.
No, I think it's great. And as someone who has claimed that gift of storytelling, I was a little nervous to meet you in that respect because you were a master storyteller. Even by you insisting on all the details being the way you wanted. But I was also impressed that you developed your animators. You created a school because you recognized that their learning brought them up to this level, and you wanted them to keep going up and expanding their skill set.
Well, if you achieve a skill and it just lays dormant for years, or stagnant for years, and you use it over and over again, but you're not getting any better, then
you're not.
That's counterproductive.
And you're not going to get extraordinary results.
Well, not only that, but I am, as you said, a master storyteller, but I'm not the grandmaster storyteller.
Well, is there such a thing?
I probably could be. I'm just saying that I could get better and better until I reach that level. But
right.
If I just, stagnate, so I try to, achieve that.
Well, I think you did a good job. I mean, and even the time when you didn't have any money and you were on the brink of disaster.
Well, who isn't almost on the brink of disaster once or twice in their life?
So how do you ignore the fear that wants to whisper in your ear and going, "You're gonna fail. You know, you're doomed." How do you shut that voice off?
Each person has his or her own way of dealing with it.
How did Walt Disney deal with it?
I drew. I did what I loved, and it fell to the backside and the wayside, and it just fell off my carriage and went and tumbled and went ow 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 ow. I'm sorry, please, I won't do it again. Ow 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 ow. Stop me, stop me.
So that's a tip: doing what you love to get you past the negative,
Snappy.
Yeah. So besides the obvious answer, what was the most second favorite character you've ever animated or created or told their story in Walt Disney films? Donald Duck?
You may appear to be a grumpy old little duck, but think of it this way. He only appears that way because he takes on that persona, that appearance.
Well,
just like a lot of people who, find themselves in situations that they are angry, grumpy, distressed, depressed. Donald Duck, in a sense, is representing that, and while he may not be on Mickey's level,
right,
he knows that he has friends and can help him along. So it's merely a sense of he expands himself. He grows as a character.
But you tortured the poor duck in the early cartoons, and
Well, I tortured a lot of people in the early cartoons.
I know, but maybe you were just
And be
giving
like,
a representation.
Let's use maracas.
I know. Well, if Donald Duck can be burned to death, fall from all these things happen, and
Well,
he's
but that's
still
the
alive.
thing. What may have been fatal in this one is not fatal in their world. So
Right. And that gives you a release. Going, well, if he can go through that, then I can go through this, whatever it is you have going on in your life.
Well, and not only that, but it's like, Donald Duck had all this happen to him, and like, now I got to go to my job. Oh wait, they're not dropping safes on me, so I guess I'm good to go.
And
that happened because I actually had a safe dropped on me. Went,
ow.
yes, ow. And I'm like, what if? Then my mind's like, yes, this hurts, but what if it fell on me from a second floor?
You would be squished.
Yes.
So I guess one last thing I want to ask, because I saw last year a movie, or earlier this year, called Saving Mr. Banks. It was a story about your relationship with P.L. Travelers, the author of Mary Poppins, who I learned today was your masterpiece, because you combined animation and live action, and you put the people in the animation, and you blended it seamlessly through story.
In a sense, I had this world and that world, and I removed the barrier, removed that doorway, and here you go. It is all the same.
And that you had loved that story for a long time, and it took a long time
because
to get
it represented what I wanted.
So how did you talk her into doing it?
She talked herself in because I was so passionate about it.
And you sent her a lot of Mickey Mouses?
Yes, I did. Well, that was more of a you're like thank you for putting up with me. But I guess she took it that way.
So how are things now? Because you both are non-physical.
You still have tea from time to time.
Oh. Well, my 6-year-old
And
daughter...
she actually likes to take on that persona.
Really?
Well, not entirely, but...
Well, my 6-year-old daughter, who I thought was a little young for Mary Poppins, she loves it. So it's definitely a magical film. And as my bookcase full of Disney movies attests, you left an awesome legacy that still continues long. You've been gone since 1966, still continues and expands and keeps your vision alive.
It's not just my vision anymore.
I know people bought into it and made it their own, but
Hey, remember, inclusive, not exclusive.
because the universe is inclusive, not exclusive.